Okay. Supposedly I am streaming. And it looks like I am in fact streaming. Awesome. Ooh. A little bit of frame droppage there. Oh! I just realized I have the shit graphical settings. Whoops. Yeah, screw it. We'll just keep the shit graphical settings. So, playing Foundry, which is a factory game. It's kind of a lot like modded Minecraft. You got a voxel world you can build in and things. So, in this one, I've pretty much gone through the entire tech tree already, and I've got my starter base here, and I'm preparing to start building massive factories and getting into things. I built this kind of rail grid. Trains were just recently added, so I'm actually planning to kind of test them out. So I built some rail infrastructure. So far, really liking the trains. They are significantly better than the ones in Satisfactory. You can actually stack these ones, which is great. I don't mean in your inventory. I mean, you can have little depot things. Alright, so, what I was working on when it occurred to me to start streaming is I'm out of technium. I think that's what the stuff's called. Technium, yep. I'm out of technium. My mine just ran out in the starter base. So I need to secure another one for my starter base. And it's kind of eyeballing this patch over here. And I think I'm going to use the train thing that I've kind of built already to get the resources over here. Partly because of why not, and partly because I've already got it. Let me just finish construction. I'll let resources build up a little bit. Alright, yes. So, I have here a train. This is kind of my personal train. Anytime I build a rail network like this, I always just kind of have a personal train with a nice home depot, or home station, that I can use for personal use. And right next to it, I am going to build another station for technium, or ooh. Huh. Okay, I guess I'm not building it there. What happens if I build it here? That is indeed doable. I think I'd like less space there, actually. No, we'll stick with this. That's a little too high up. Okay. Oh, this is a regular station, which I do need, but need a loading or unloading station. Since this is for the starter base, I'm not going to go too extravagant. When I really get into it, I'm thinking like 8 train cars. Oh, the thing's just right there. That wasn't intentional. That just worked right out. Okay. I think, unlike other factory games, one engine can handle infinite cars. So that should be interesting. Find out if that is in fact the case. Can I connect these? Oh, there we go. Oh. Wait, what the heck? Okay, it's going off on a little adventure there. There we go, that'll work. Though now I need to use some signals. Signal. I suppose I could just put them there. That'll work. And I connect these up. Doesn't look like I'm going to be able to do so there. There we go. Okay. And then put that there, put that there. Perfect. Alright. And we set this to unload. And is this all hooked up? It is not, in fact. Oop, too close. That I need to do that. And there we go. I like having a nice little buffer like that when I have intermittent deliveries like this. Yes, so set name, start, spec, drop off. Okie dokie. Now, I need to go hunt that down. Distraction, okay. Yep, this is the right way. Wait, I'm gonna need an elevator. Do have other item elevators here? I do not. throw some garbage into my dump chest over here. Oops. Might as well just throw this down while I'm here. No reason to carry that with me. Oops, I don't think that's connected. There we go, it's connected now. Okay, anything else that I need? I think that's it for the moment. What is that? It's minerals. Okay. So this is... okay. Really like how it tells you the exact coordinates. So if you just use the Y level, you can just easily get down to thing. I want to go down here. I want to give myself a little bit more room than that. Okay, one second. Sorry about that. Let's get back to it. What was I doing? Right. Elevator. Actually, I should probably... where is it exactly? It's coming at it from this angle. Yeah. Like this. I don't know why I opened up my inventory there. Okay. What is the Y level again? 1, 3, 4. Uh, One thing I really like about this is it digs its own hole. Of course, it deletes all that material, which is unfortunate, but there's not really a whole lot of value in it anyway. In the meantime, what I can do is run a power line. Too far. Can I do that? I can. I did not know that. Awesome. Okay, and then yeah, this way. I need to go northeast-ish. Far. All right. Now I shall tap power at that outpost. You know what? It'd be easier just to fly. Okay. Oops. I think I made this a little too big. Didn't quite mean to go that far out in this direction. I think those are my construction bots that were just flying through here. Yeah, those are construction bots. Okay, so that's 17. I go 30. I can go 30 by 30. Whatever, that's fine. Oh. There we go. So, I guess I should explain those construction bot things. In addition to the ones that I've got for personal use, which is doing most of the work, there is a construction ship with way more of those bots than I thought, that apparently can phase through the ground without any issue, that can dig up areas as well. And I believe it's already set up to throw them into my junk chest for sorting. Should be good. Probably get a few more of those construction craft. Oh, whoops. Oh well, a little extra headroom won't hurt. Let's see. This. Kind of funny how they're able to go through rocks, so they wind up digging from the top down. Don't really need that anymore. Wish Minecraft had something like this. It's really quite nice. Well, I mean modded Minecraft. Being able to just kind of designate an area that I want cleared out and then have the bots automatically dig it out for me is really quite nice. I just wish these things had a longer range to them, but I guess that's what the construction ship thing is for. Really wouldn't be a bad idea getting a few more of those things. But that's a project for another time. Hmm. Construction ship must have filled up and returned to drop off its inventory. So, I guess I should probably explain why I haven't streamed in a while. I've continued to play Elite, but for the most part I've just been doing trade runs, and those are not very interesting to watch. Oh no, that's not entirely true. I also went and tried out Star Rupture. That's a pretty decent factory game. Kinda would like to see a pressure mechanic, kinda like in Star Rupture or Factorio, show up in this game, but this is meant to be a more casual factory game with no real fail states, which I can get behind. There's just something satisfying about wiping out groups of alien insects in, like, Factorio. It's been a while since I've played Factorio, now that I think about it. Haven't played it since I beat the DLC. Maybe I should play it again. Don't quite have that itch though yet. Probably because I've been playing other factory games. Plenty of inventory space still. I really like the stacks for junk like dirt here. It goes up to 1,000. Things that you just need to carry a lot of, like platforming blocks, also go up to 1,000. That's pretty great. I kind of expected the construction block thing to have returned by this point. Oh, it's been working over here. Okay. I need a bit more room this way. We'll go all the way, sure, why not? Do I need that much space over here? Not really. But it's not like I have to do a whole lot. I just need to stand here while my drones do everything. You know, that was actually the first time I've used one of those construction ships to help dig out a space. I only recently got it and haven't really needed to dig out a space since I built it. So I wasn't quite sure how it was going to operate. But this is more or less, well, it's actually kind of better than what I was hoping, to be honest. I was expecting it to only have like a few drones, but no, it's got quite a few drones. It would probably be worth investing into an array of those things. Oh, my own bot stopped because construction drone has laid claim to all the remaining blocks. Alright, that was pretty neat. And now... Save everything. Perfect. Okay. And... where is it? There it is. Item elevator. Put it on the bottom here. I need a transformer here. Oop. Okie dokie. And... where are my mining things? Here we go. Mining, or drone miners. Okay. I like the change they made to the drone miners in the recent update. It used to be that the miner things here had a limited range, and usually you wouldn't be able to get one that would cover the entire ore patch. But now it just covers the whole ore patch. I assume there's still kind of a range, it just... also grabs any connected ore to it. Perfect. Also, now I believe the miners are actually just purely for effect now. It used to be that they would actually mine the materials, but that resulted in kind of an inconsistent yield rate. So they just made it so it just does a flat yield rate, and I'm pretty sure the drones are just cosmetic. which it's probably also less resource intensive to do it that way. Okay. And the item elevator will dig itself out as well. Okay, how is this going to connect up? Okay, I think I have an idea here. A little bit more space here. Okay, and I need one of these. There it is. Okay, where is the output? There it is. No, we want input, not output. So, there we go. Okay, now I need a train station. Make one of those. I think I'm gonna have to extend this. And move this way. There we go. Okay, so all right. I think it might be best to do this the other way around. Let's see. Turn is about 6 track pieces. So this would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This. Perfect. Okay. Maybe having it so far down was a mistake. Yeah, well, that works though. Okay. Over here real quick. Same with the other one. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's a little bit of an issue. Okay. Okay, how... looks like 4. Okay. It's a little too far. Alright. And now I'll throw some signals on here. And do the same with the other side. Perfect. And now I need to name this. Start tech pickup. Okay, and now I can remotely set up this train. Needs to go to pickup, add condition, wait until full, add stop, tech drop off, add condition, I believe this ore stacks up to 200. Actually, you know what? Whoop, whoop, whoop. I hate it when I do that. The walk forward button is right next to the open inventory button. Tech. Yeah, it's 200. Okay. Okay, so tech. Tech orable is less than constant. 3200. Add condition and inactive for 60 seconds. All right. Really like this construction drone here. It's a very good addition. And one of the cool things about the drone is you can do things like this. But you're not gonna let me. No, that's fine. Just watch the interface. Anyway, what's really cool about the drone is I don't have to worry about trying to catch the train, since I'm already on the train, and it will disconnect me as soon as I get out of range. It's quite nice. I had a better view though. Like when you're manually controlling the trains, you have to kind of look down at the panel down here, and that's not really a whole lot of, not a really good view. And just looking forward without taking the panel into consideration, it's a pretty terrible visual, but like, then you have to control it with this thing here, and it's quite annoying. All right. Now, I strongly suspect it's probably not going to fill this buffer up anytime soon, because this thing will just eat through the ore. I'm not load balancing these. I need to load balance it a bit. There we go. Let's see, for the most part, the technum or those rod things are being consumed over here somewhere. Here we are, okay. So, 2 full belts of rods gets turned into 1 full belt of electronics here. I load balance it at this end, so maybe I didn't really need to load balance it earlier. So actually, now that I know that, I do want that there, but maybe set it up for priority. Yeah, priority that. Is if I'm gonna actually like do this, it needs to be different. Okay, so I have the basic load balance thing here, but you also need a little bit of a buffer. Another load balance thing. There we go. Yes. Okay. So what this is doing is it's maintaining kind of a queue of rods here, and anytime there's a space here, you will take rods from this belt and kind of insert it into that space. The way it was before without this, if there were two rods coming in kind of on the same space, they would each pass through, and there wouldn't be rods to go into the spaces here. Do that. There we go. That's better. By setting the priority input to this side, these ones will actually sit here until there's an open space. And this belt here is better because it only goes to here, not way out over to there. So, shorter distance for it to travel. Alrighty then. Did it just run out? No, it's still going. I was just looking at the wrong belt. I really wish I could duck. I guess I can fly. I got stuck there for a second. That was interesting. Oh! We're building up a buffer here. Ow! Why? What? Oh well, doesn't matter. Let's get rid of the dirt. Oh, and the ore. So I guess I should probably talk about my little drop chest here. I throw garbage into it, it goes onto this belt, which goes off on a journey through a bunch of these filter splitters. Since this is dirt, it'll eventually come back around on this belt here, up here, and go into one of these. Probably this one here. Wind up on this belt, which will go into this inventory, which acts as a buffer for this machine, which will convert it into ore, spit it over here, and then I have kind of these sorting things for the ore, which will put it into its own little dedicated buffer, which has priority over the mined stuff. It's got quite a bit of a long journey to go on, so it probably won't come back for a little while. Yes, I mentioned building more of those drone things earlier. It might not be a bad idea. Where's uplink? Just check on this, make sure everything's good. Yep, alright. Headphones are letting me know that the battery is low on them. Alright, this is my personal train. Oh yeah, that is actually what I want to do. Okay. And these are the controls. need to go right east. That is west. That is literally the opposite direction. Okay, and now right. Perfect. I really don't like these manual controls. Okay, I need to start slowing down. And move down a little too far. Alright. I need some of these. How many do I need? Let's make 9 of those drone things. I think each one requires 8. I'm an idiot. Why did I come out here? I forgot, I have them in the Xeno thing. I could just... Okay, so to make 9 of those things, that would be 72. 72 set. And back at the home station, I should be within range of a Xeno Logistics antenna, which deliver them into inventory. I think everything else is also set to be delivered already. Okay. How much do I need for that? 900. Well, I'll just do it like this. Admittedly, I was hoping that would fill up my inventory a little bit more rapidly, but that's fine. I think I'm actually going to move this. Oops, wrong button. Hate it when I accidentally eat holes in the floor like that. At least I didn't take out anything else. Okay, how big are these things? 17 by 11. So I need to go out to like 110. Hmm. Actually, if I flip them around. No, there. Okay. My brain just stopped working. Alright, so 5. That's 55. Okay, okay, okay. So. Just need another 30 then. There we go. Okay. Oh. Well, you know what? That's fine. We'll go out another 3. Let's give a little bit of space there. Okay, and how big are these? 17. Don't know why I thought they were smaller. How many? So 17 would be to here, which means 6 there. Okay, so 17 minus 5 would be 12. Whoa! That startled me. Perfect. Am I short on steel and advanced stuff? Alright. Okay. Excuse me. Alright. Wait. How many connections can these have? One. Oh. Okay, that's a slight issue. What? That was weird. Wait, what? I was standing on the track, wasn't I? I think I was and got pushed. That's why I'm over there. Okay. Okay, now it's delivering stuff. Oop. Again. There we go. Okay. Alright, those are all connected. It's like the last one. Cool. Now all those will be able to auto mine for me. Okay. So, now I need to figure out what I'm going to do next. I think my priority should be mass production of construction materials, because I'm going to need a lot of large structures going forward. Means I'm gonna need a lot of things. Steel beams. Need advanced. Don't have a better way of getting that. I swore there was like a recipe that allowed me to make it from like molten xenoferrite and something, but maybe I'm thinking of Factorio. Factorio has a similar thing. Okay, so how am I going to do this exactly? Well, I was initially thinking I'd start out with like xenoferrite, melt it down into xenoferrite plates, but I need xenoferrite to make the steel beams. What does it take to make the advanced machine parts? Steel and machinery parts. So I need both steel and xenoferrite plates, essentially. We'll start out just making the plates. Need a good spot to place the factory. If I built it here, I could take advantage of these ore veins. Maybe here-ish. So I'm gonna need a lot of stuff. How many trains do I want to be able to unload simultaneously? Yes, scrap ton. That's probably not what I should be focused on first, though. There's kind of a lot of moving parts to this design. Okay, so I am going to need probably actually a couple of these. Ooh. Do I not have concrete in the thing? That concrete, that is indeed concrete. I do indeed just not have it there. Okay, well, actually, I have 3 rows there. I can just easily just swap it out. not output, input. Okay. Steel beams. Need 600 of that. And 600 of that. Heavy caster now. Okay, cool. Alright, so heavy caster looks like it can go faster than the casting machine, which is cool. Last update, I think it was just the casting machine they had. But is that like any better? Let's see here. So that's 3840 divided by 120, 32. So 1280 divided by 40, 32. No, it just essentially occupies the same space as like 32 casters, which is pretty good. That would probably be worth it. Alright, so there we are. Just kind of temporary to look at the stats on this thing. Okay. Air blaster. Tower. Okay, that's maximum tower, so copper. Okay, I see, okay. Layer stack. Conveyor attachment. Okay, so this thing does not tell me how much it's going to consume. Oh, I can have conveyor attachments on all sides. Ooh. That has some potential. I Pipeline attachment output minimum 0. That's interesting. I wish this thing would also give me the dimensions of this thing. Speed is 200. I have no idea what 100 would be exactly. Alright. Now, thinking about my rail grid here, these intersections feel both too close together and too far apart at the same time to me. Oops. Water, I'll be right back. On second thought, I'm feeling quite tired now that I'm not focused on the game, so I think I'm gonna go to bed. So, thank you for watching. Have a good morning, day, evening. I don't know what time it is for you. Have a good one. There we go. I'll just say that. I'll probably build the thing off stream, or at least do some experimentation off stream. I don't know. I don't know if I'll stream this again. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. We'll see what happens.